Hey everyone, it's Alex from modernhealthmonk.com here, and today I'm going to teach you how to psychologically trick yourself into exercising, and actually liking it. I absolutely hate exercise, and there's no way you're going to be able to get me to do it. Those were the final words of one of my training clients, Maria, when I was seeing if personal training was a viable career for me. Now, although I didn't continue with personal training, by the time I quit, I had Maria exercising 30 minutes a day, and because she liked it. How? By using psychology. The truth is, you're probably approaching exercise and motivation completely wrong. I mean, let's be honest here, how many of you like exercise? Now, we all know that exercise is important for general health and for weight loss and for a dozen other things, but I became curious, what separates the people that actually exercise long-term and like it, and the people that don't? As it turns out, psychological studies have found quirks about people that exercise long-term that those who don't have. So what separates us from them? In other words, why does Cindy Lou Who over here want to exercise 7 days a week? She can't wait to work out. And then over here, the thought of exercise makes me want to projectile vomit. Here are 7 psychological facts about people that regularly exercise over years or decades. Long-term exercisers tend to be intrinsically motivated. In other words, they're not forcing themselves to do it. They're not incentivizing themselves. They're not putting down money, in case they lose the bet. They're not really super overly concerned with how other people view them. They actually like it. Now, what's interesting here is that psychology has shown that if you use extrinsic rewards too much, it may actually weaken your intrinsic motivation. So the more you say, okay, I finished this workout, I'm going to have a great chocolate shake after, the more you force yourself to do it with some kind of reward later, chances are you're affecting your internal motivation. Long-term exercisers, in fact, people who do anything long-term, tend to be intrinsically motivated because when the going gets tough, if you're not crazy about it and you're forcing yourself to do it, and extrinsic motivation is not that strong of a motivator. I mean, just look at your job. If you hate your job, is 50 grand extra a year going to make you stay? I mean, be honest. I mean, you think about saying, oh yeah, 50 grand would be great. But if you are so disgusted with your job and your boss, you can't even get out of bed, is 50 grand going to do that? Probably not, to be honest. Long-term exercisers have an internal locus of control. They believe that they control everything that happens to them. And this is also really, really common in highly motivated individuals. All that means is that if you have an internal locus of control, you feel like life is in your control, literally. Your health is in your control, your job status, your relationship. People with an external locus of control feel like the economy controls their job and the big food companies control their health. Now, the main psychological factor associated with exercise adherence is what's called self-efficacy or self-worth. Now, basically in studies, psychologists found that the people that stuck with exercise the most, and in fact, with many other things that were very consistent and persistent, they had this belief about themselves that not only were they in control, but they were effective at what they did. In other words, if you have the belief that you can't follow through with exercise, that you won't see results, and that you don't have the willpower or discipline or good habits to consistently exercise, what's your reason to try it? You're not going to because you know in your head you're going to fail. So the 5th one is all about essentially knowing you can follow through. So what's the secret to getting yourself motivated to move? Well, I'm going to share with you 4 things. Number 1, develop an internal locus of control. So it is absolutely crucial to your success in life, your happiness, your well-being, the state of your relationships, that you, in your mind, understand that you are responsible for everything that happens. Nothing is a random event just happening to you, causing you to fail, okay? You are in control of everything. And if you decide to change, you can change. Now, this isn't just some hippie woo-woo talk. I mean, this is well supported by psychological science, that the way you perceive yourself, if you're in control or out of control, that is the path your life's going to take, okay? People that have an external locus of control, that think that the world controls everything, they're less happy, less motivated, less healthy, and less resilient in the face of stress. I mean, it is absolutely crucial, this mindset, to doing anything. Number 2, do something you like. I mean, this must be revolutionary because I see people forcing themselves to do exercise they hate. But follow your intrinsic motivation. If you don't like lifting weights, don't do it. I mean, doing 5 minutes of something you like is better than forcing yourself to do an hour of something you don't like, because you're not going to stick with it. Let's be honest here. You got to think in 3, 5, 10-year periods rather than 3 months and 5 months and 6 months. So do some kind of exercise you actually like. If you just want to walk, go for a 5-minute walk and then slowly increase it over time. Stop forcing yourself to do activities you don't like because, just like the research shows, the more you do something you don't want or you externally incentivize it, you offer yourself rewards or bonuses and that kind of thing, then chances are you're not going to do it in the long term. Number 3 is all about mindset as well, self-efficacy. So if you set a huge goal, guess what? You're going to do it maybe for a week, few weeks, few months, and then you're going to quit. And then you're probably not going to go back. Or you're going to do this yo-yo seesaw thing. The key here is to just set goals that are so small that you easily exceed them and your confidence goes through the roof. Once your confidence has gone through the roof, you can start increasing things and then you'll start reaching those goals. Now, number 4 is having a positive snowball effect. Now, essentially what I mean by that is that you want to have the experience of exercising stay positive in your brain. So you don't want to have these negative, tough, disgusting workouts that you learn to hate, because it's just, you're building these neural patterns in your brain and you're going to just have a very negative self-talk. So what you want to do is do easy exercise. Start super easy. It should be a cakewalk the first time, okay? So whatever it is, choose something you enjoy. Start with 1 minute. Seriously, 1 minute. Even if it's a walk, you'll be like, wow, this was ridiculous. It was 1 minute. So you're building this positive snowball effect in your head where, so you're changing the way you psychologically view and think about exercise, which is absolutely critical. I mean, health is all about your mindset. You already know what to do. I mean, why aren't you doing it? That's the $1,000,000 question. All right, everyone, that's it for today. If you're on YouTube, go to modernhealthmonk.com and download the free Insiders Kit because there's a free weight loss crash course. Also, make sure to stop by, leave a comment below, and let me know what you think. Do you agree, disagree? What do you personally use to motivate yourself? And I'll see you guys soon. Take care.